Hello, my name is Julia and welcome to Yoga for Flexibility. This practice is designed to create flexibility not only in the body but also in our minds. In those moments where we start to feel our routines, habits, ways of living our lives are becoming a little bit rigid, this is a great practice to come back to not only create space in the body, but also to help us reevaluate how we're spending our time and how we can live our lives more freely and more openly. For today's practice, you'll want a blanket, as well as a pillow or bolster if you have one. So go ahead and grab what you need, and I'll meet you back here on your mat to start our practice today. All right, let's begin our practice today in any comfortable seat. We'll be down on the floor for the entirety of our practice today, so once you get down here, no worries, you will not be getting up again until the end of your practice. Go ahead and close down your eyes, and let's begin by taking a couple breaths together. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Last time in. And out. Start to breathe in and out through your nose. Deepening your breath with each inhale. Feel your body start to settle. Shoulders softening. Face softening. Take one last long breath in and let it out. Blink your eyes open when you're ready, and we'll begin the movement portion of our practice today. Let's start off by coming to tabletop. Wrists right underneath your shoulders and knees right underneath your hips. Feel free to pad your knees with your blanket today, as we'll be spending some time in stillness in our next pose. So once you arrive in your tabletop position, bring your toes together to touch. Widen your knees as wide as your mat. Send your hips back towards your heels first, and then walk your hands nice and far forward. Drop the weight of your head. Forehead will rest to the floor. Start to breathe down into the lowest part of your belly. Feel the expansion of your body with each inhale. And the way everything softens and settles with each exhale. Feel your forehead grounded down. Hips sinking back. Spine growing longer with each breath. Feel the space starting to be created in the inner thighs and in the hips. the lengthening and extension of the upper body. Take your last few long breaths here, just feeling the steady rhythm of your breath. Feel the tension from your day thus far sliding away. Last breath in and out. Slowly start to rise back to tabletop. Wrists right underneath shoulders, knees right underneath hips. Swing your feet to one side and just come down to a seat. We'll set up for our next posture today. Take your blanket and put it so that you can sit on the very edge of your blanket with your legs out wide. So take up as much space as possible with those legs. And take a moment to point your toes. Feel how this stretches the tops of your feet, ankles, maybe even shins. And then flex your feet. Feel how this stretches the bottoms of your feet and into the bottom line of the legs. Now we'll keep our feet flexed for this next pose. Inhale to sit nice and tall, arms high. Hinge from your hips, flat back as long as possible, and then just soften. For some of us, it will be hands down to your mat. Others of us maybe can fold a little further forward. Maybe it's forearms to floor, or hands reaching nice and far in front. Allow the weight of your head to drop. And start to breathe down into the lowest part of your back. This pose is hard for you. Notice, is it physical resistance in the body or more of a mental resistance? If your mind is wandering to something else, or maybe getting agitated at the deep stretch, see if you can breathe that feeling in fully, and then let it pass. Last long breath. Then I want you to walk your hands to frame the right leg. Hinge from your hips again. Hold. Soften the neck, the jaw, and the face. 3 more breaths. Walk those hands back through midline and over to the left. Frame the left leg, feet still flexed, hinge from hips and fold. Any amount. Walk those hands back to midline. Rise when ready. Engage the core. Good. Let's bring our legs in. And then send your legs out long in front of you. Still sitting on the very edge of that blanket. We'll take our right foot in, sole of foot to inner thigh, and then let that knee open. Gentle flex through your left foot. Push your left hip back about an inch or a half an inch so that both of your hips can point forward towards that extended foot. Inhale, grow tall, arms high. Hinge from your hips, flat back as long as possible, and then just soften. No need to pull yourself deeper into shape, even if you're up here. Let those shoulders round in. Head heavy, face soft. Feel your breath travel down to base of spine on the inhale. Up and out through crown of head on the exhale. Release expectation of what this pose should look like. There is no such thing. It's all about how much you can soften into this pose, not so much about how you can fold. So often we try to force ourselves into things to make something work, when quite honestly, all we need to do is experience what's right in front of us. Breathe in that experience fully. And let it pass once it's time. No need to hold tightly to objects, concepts, ideas. Everything is temporary. Let it pass when it's meant to, even if that's tension in your body. Full breath in. And out. Take 2 more. Pull your heart forward an inch. Hug core in to lift up. Good. Pick up your right knee. We're going to place our right foot outside of left leg. Hands will wrap around your front shin. Pull back to lift your heart higher. Full breath in. Take your left arm, hook the right knee. Right hand will come down behind you. Press down to help you grow taller. Exhales help us twist just a little deeper. Full breath in. And out. Release tension throughout the face. Maybe eyes close or soften. Twist, so good for cleansing and clearing the system, for helping us release the old to make room for the new. Take 2 more long breaths. If you would like to stay here, stay here. If you feel you can get a little deeper in this pose without compromising the lift of your heart, take your left arm up and over the knee. It's going to deepen your twist slightly. Check in. Can you still keep that heart lifted? Can you still find deep breath? Quality of the pose only so good as the quality of our breath. Last breath in, sit taller. Exhale, unravel torso. Take your right leg, hug it in, and then send that leg out long. Feet flexed. We'll take our left leg in this time. Sole of foot to inner thigh. Knee open, and then push your right hip back about an inch, half inch, so that both hips can point forward towards the extended, flexed foot. Inhale, arms high, create some length. Keep that length, hinge from your hips, flat back as long as possible, and then just drop. Allowing, accepting, honoring exactly where your body is at. Even if you're up high here, can you soften the weight of your head, your neck, shoulders come in, face softens. Feel what it feels like to just let yourself be exactly where you are. Take 2 more long, deep breaths. Notice how these deeper breaths help us soften our body, but also how it quiets the mind. In most cases, on and off the mat, 1 deep breath could do a whole lot. Take your last one here. Heart forward an inch. Hug core in to lift up. Good. Pick this left knee up. We'll place left foot outside of right thigh. Hands will wrap around front shin. Pull back to lift your heart high. Open the right arm. Take that right arm, hook the knee. Left hand's gonna come behind you here. Press down to grow taller. Your exhales, feel how navel pulls in just slightly, how it gives you more room to twist. Take a couple breaths here, clearing and cleansing the system. Sometimes we get so stuck in our idea of what life should look like that we find ourselves keeping with routines just to stay maintaining what we've built. We forget that there are always options. Forever an option to change how you spend your day. the time that you use, the time that you spend, rather, completing tasks just because you feel you have to, not because they actually fulfill you. If you would like to get deeper into this twist, sit a little taller. Right arm up and over the leg. If you just felt that, compromise the lift of your heart. Come back to that hook of the elbow around the knee. Know that whenever you make a choice, you can always choose a different one if it does not serve you. It's all about checking back in, asking ourselves, what do I need in this moment? Take a full breath in and out. Your last two, wherever you are. Full breath in, sit tall. Exhale, unravel torso. Hug your left leg in. Send that leg out long. Good. All right, scoot your hips off of your blanket. We'll use our bolster and our blanket for our next posture. So what you'll do is you'll take your bolster / pillow and put it lengthwise down your mat where your head will land. And then you're gonna grab your blanket, fold it up so it's a little bit smaller, and place it up at the top of your bolster, sort of like pillow height, okay? Now back to your bolster. About 1 inch to 2 inches worth of space between your tail and your bolster. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch, knees nice and wide. All you'll do is walk your hands back so you can lay back on your bolster. Head can rest on that little blanket pillow you've created. Couple options for your hands today. If you are needing more grounding today, hands on body, think belly or thighs. If you're okay with a little bit more of that opening up energy, allowing in the new, try to open those hands out to the sides, palms up to sky. Feel how this opens up your heart space. Take a full breath to the bottom of your belly, out through your mouth. Take one more. Soften jaw. Last guided breath. Close your eyes or soften gaze. Keep breathing here. Allow your knees to get heavier. No holding in the hips, in the glutes. Feel hands, arms, shoulders heavier. Softness throughout the face. This pose really representing the openness that we're trying to create within ourselves, not just in our bodies, but in our minds as well, even the heart. Open to whatever change comes this way, knowing that change will come. Openness to the new people that come into our lives each and every day. Openness to new ideas, beliefs about ourselves, about the world, and about how we want to spend our time here. Take a full breath in. Let that full breath out. 2 more, your own pace. Come out of this shape, hands outside of your legs. Use your hands to help close your knees like a book. Widen your feet as wide as your mat, knees together to touch, hands on belly. This is constructive rest. Take a breath. Roll to one side, whichever is most comfy for you. And press up enough to remove that bolster and blanket pillow. Lie down flat on your back, extending arms and legs out long. This is Shavasana, the time to rest, restore, and absorb your practice. Eyes can close, face can soften. Nothing left to do but just breathe. You are welcome to stay here as long as you like, or as long as you're able. Ideally, a few minutes of rest will go a long way. Take whatever time you can. When you're ready to get up, if you need to go about your day, do so slowly. I'll leave you here to rest. Many blessings to you all. Thank you so much for joining me today.